This CALI training video will give you important information about maintaining your J1 status. The Office of International Students and Scholars is the campus resource for information about your student visa. You can check with OISS if you ever have questions about how to protect your status when you're making decisions about your academics, work, or travel. I'm going to explain 5 rules that you should remember to protect your J1 visa status as a student at UCSB. The first rule is simple. You must update your address and email. You do this using myucsb.edu. You go to Gold to update your local living address. There's a link to a video that will show you how to do this. You can use a temporary address such as a hotel or a friend's house, but you cannot use a mailing address such as a post office box instead of a local living address. It must be a place where you can actually stay. Throughout your time at UCSB, as long as you are here, you will need to remember to update your address within 10 days of each time you move. If you change your email address, be sure to update it in UMail and have it forwarded so you receive important correspondence from OISS. The second rule is to stay enrolled full-time. For you, as a J1 undergraduate student, full-time enrollment is 12 units per quarter, fall, winter, and spring. If at any time you will drop below 12 units, you should meet with an OISS advisor right away if you plan to withdraw, cancel, or drop any classes that would mean you're enrolled in less than 12 units. The third rule is to fulfill university registration requirements. Registration occurs at the start of every quarter. There's a link here to a calendar that will show you the important dates that you need to know. Registration means you enroll in courses, you pay your fees, you clear any blocks on your record, such as library fines or housing fees, and you be sure that you have your current address in gold. The fourth rule has to do with your ability to work. You must not work without authorization. Work authorization is required if you want to work on campus, off campus, in a paid position, or an unpaid volunteer position. As a J1 student, OISS permission is required before you begin employment on campus. You must submit an on-campus work request form. During the school year, while classes are in session, you cannot work more than 20 hours per week. During breaks, such as winter, spring, and summer, you can work more than 20 hours a week, but during the school session, no more than 20 hours a week. For off-campus work, you will also need permission, and your job must be related to your field of study. After 1 quarter in J1 status, you can apply for academic training. You can learn more about academic training at the OISS website or by attending workshops that will be held through the year. Academic training is also used for on-campus employment after your academic program ends. A quick reminder, a Social Security number is a tax identification number issued by the federal government that is required for paid work in the U.S. If you receive a Social Security number, it is not a work permit. A Social Security number is just a way of keeping track of the taxes that you have paid to the federal government of the United States. You will still need to get authorization from OISS before beginning employment. You may need a Social Security number if you are receiving a fellowship or stipend from the university, or if you receive both a job offer and work authorization, then you will be able to get a Social Security number. The fifth rule is simply to keep your documents and signatures up to date. If you will be traveling outside of the U.S., you will need a travel validation signature on your DS 2019 from OISS so you can get back into the country. Travel signatures take 2 business days to process, so bring your document to OISS well before you plan to travel. The travel validation signature is good for 6 months, but you will need to get a new travel validation signature every 6 months. Be sure to mark your calendar and know the completion date of the academic program that is listed on your DS 2019. If it looks like you will not finish your program by the date listed on your document, you can request an extension, but you need to do this before your document expires. So put it on your calendar now, so if it looks like you may not finish, you can let us know and we can help you. Be sure to tend to your passport. If, during your time at UCSB, your passport will expire within 6 months, renew it. Contact your home country's embassy in the U.S. to find out how. Finally, you do need a valid visa to enter the U.S., but you can remain in the U.S. with an expired visa, as long as you maintain your status. If you leave the U.S., you will need a valid, non-expired visa to re-enter. These are the 5 rules you need to keep in mind to protect your status. Update your address and email. Stay enrolled full-time, which is 12 units every quarter. Fulfill university registration requirements by paying your fees and enrolling in courses. Get authorization before you begin any kind of paid or unpaid work. And keep your documents and signatures up to date. These are easy rules that we're sure you will have no problem following. If you have any questions at any time, please contact OISS and we'll help you out.